Howdy folks, welcome to Tuesday morning. Let's have a look at the markets very quickly. I hope you appreciate the fact that I actually literally give you the trades that I take, the positions that I'm in on these videos. Unlike some other YouTube traders who don't really tell you what positions they're in or what actions they took when it went against them or in their direction. So I hope you appreciate it. And I actually do literally call out the trades that I'm taking myself with a fairly large account. So let's go through these very quickly. The first thing, natural gas and oil. Let's talk about both of these. Just quickly, a summary of this page. We're long URA, long UEC, short WTI now. I haven't put the arrows in yet, and we're long natural gas. I'm going to go through WTI and natural gas very quickly. I put this up on X yesterday. Simply an ascending triangle flat top breakout. We went long on the breakout, so we're now long, having got in on the breakout of that level there at 3.43. So target, I suppose, back up at the top here, these order blocks. There's two obvious order blocks. We've got that 200 period moving average on the 4-hour chart to get through first. Let's have a look at this on the day chart. And there you can see we're up against the 50 and the 20-day moving average confluence. That's going to cause some problems getting through there, I think. But if we can bust up through those two levels, and we're trying currently, having broken out through that flat top, we should be able to get up somewhere to the underside of this trend line. That should take us up to around about $4. Of course, everything is up for grabs, as always, in every market. But we went long on the breakout of that flat top ascending triangle. I suppose ascending triangles have got a 65 to 70% success rate, so I feel quite comfortable with that trade. We've just shorted WTI. It might be a little premature. This is a day chart. We were looking for rallies back up after having taken profits near the bottom here. We were looking for rallies back up into resistance to sell again. Well, we're at first resistance now, this black line drawn right across these previous supports and resistance levels. It's a very key level, just around about 72.75. We got in at 72.65 short. So it's not a full position, and I'm allowing for a move back up into these moving averages slightly higher, maybe 74, maybe $75. I think 75 should hold it for now, but I'm still allowing for a move back up into this top order block. Let's go back to currencies. Here's the dollar yen. We're short on the dollar yen. You know, nothing to really update since Friday's video. We're long on the euro, long on the pound. And over the last couple of days, they've basically gone nowhere, as has the dollar index, absolutely nowhere. Looking for targets, as I said in the previous videos, of about 500, 600, 700 pips actually on the euro and the pound, as we see the dollar index dropping down from about 108 right now back towards 100. So that's about 8%, not quite 8%, about 7%. But we could see that would mean that the euro and the pound would rally up by about 650 pips each, and then the dollar yen should drop down by more than that, probably down to about 140. So that's the sort of idea that we have in mind until that changes. When it changes, we have to change our minds too. We're short on the NASDAQ, as you know, our two entry tranches. Yesterday, we're rallying back up again, right up into that resistance level. But we're still stuck in this call wall and put wall that's trapped us at the top and the bottom. It's quite easy to see this as we have a triangle. We've got a rising bottom on this triangle, so you can see the bottom of this triangle steeper than the top, the angle or gradient of that line steeper than this one. It's all looking a little bit bullish at the moment, but until we break out through the top of that triangle and defeat those call walls and put walls below us, if we get down that low, we're going to be stuck here. So those have got to be dissolved, defeated, disintegrated. We have nothing else on any other indices, but we are long on Tesla, Apple, and coin, as you know. And we're also short Nvidia. I added another short tranche to this yesterday, right at the top there. And after having reached that level, Nvidia just kind of stopped. There's the 20 and the 50 period moving average at the bottom of this gap and reaching up towards the underside of that rising trend line. It's a short-term trend line, but it will provide some resistance. So we're kind of hedged all over on stocks, being short on the NASDAQ, long on Tesla, Apple, and coin, also short on Nvidia. So a bit of a mixed bag. Going across to metals, right, and Bitcoin and Ethereum and XRP. I just saw a thing about someone, the biggest order to short Ethereum has just gone through in its history. I'm not sure that's on the screen behind me. I was going to watch that, but nevertheless, we're long and really nothing to add. These are looking a lot better today. And in fact, on Bitcoin, I did call out all of these bottoming candles, these inverse hammer candles along the bottom, and then completed by that spike low. If you remember on Friday's video, I said we've got all these spikes up, these hanging man, inverse hanging man candles. What we need is a spike down. We need a one up, one down to complete this pattern. Go back and have a look at the video I pointed out on Friday. As it turns out, on Sunday, we did get that spike down, just getting down below those levels there and down towards the bottom of that trend line. A perfect one up, one down and trend line touch. So very happy about that. We bounced off there very nicely. So, and Ethereum and XRP are looking good as well. We've just shorted gold. You'll notice my red arrow in here. That was a couple of hours ago. right at the top, and looking for a move down to the 38% Fibonacci level down here. Around about 2790, 2800, the first Fibonacci retracement level. There's the 20-period moving average. I think we could get a lot lower though, perhaps down to about 2700. We'll see how we go on this. We might even add some if we start accelerating down quite fast and breaking some of these trend lines on the way down. We've got no trades on silver. I was contemplating selling silver too, but I think we'll just go with gold for now. I'm not convinced. I still believe these are both in uptrends, but as I said in Friday's video, I think we need a little bit of a pullback. I don't know how deep that will be or when that will be, and so I'm just edging into the short trade on gold. Going across to VIX, TLT and the 10-year yield and the South African Rand. I spoke a bit about the South African Rand on Friday's video. We have nothing on VIX. We're really stuck in a range right now between these options walls on the stock indices. So the VIX will be stuck as well, as you can see. The US 10-year yield, just faffing around in there. Refer to Friday's video. Nothing's changed. Same with TLT. Going across to softs and grains. For those of you trading coffee wondering what happened with this breakout through the top of this really interesting trend line, we've now negated that reversal, of course, that spike high that occurred a couple of days ago. That's where we took our second tranche of shorts. And the moment we broke up through there, we immediately hedged the entire position. So we've got a short there, and fully hedged over there. Have a look at the numbers on your chart to see those levels. We're also not unhedged on cocoa. We're still hedged on cocoa. For those of you wondering if we've unhedged yet, still hedged. I'm not convinced this is going to drop through here, but I'm watching this very closely today to remove this hedge at this level where the orange line is and wait for this to carry on moving down. I'm not 100%. I think we could get a little bit of a bounce from this still, perhaps all the way back up to 11,000. We're currently trading at 10.3, so maybe we've just got to fake some people out again, get back up above this pattern line, that's the megaphone top, and then resume this move down. Watching that very closely today. Don't have a massive position on this one. I don't really want to unhedge or hedge dramatically, urgently, or anything like that. So we'll see how we go. We're long on sugar. That's looking nice after having bounced back up off that trend line from the top side, that little baby trend line really, and just bouncing around there, looking for this to move up higher. We've got a couple of tranches on there. 2 are in the money, 2 are out of the money. We're long on soybeans, having not taken profit at the top there. We could have, it's a double top, and probably a little bit remiss in not taking profit there. But perhaps we can just retest that level, and I'll probably hedge or take some partial profit if we get back up there again. On wheat, we're still long. You can see our tranches, one down there, one over there. We're above both of those, so both in profit right now, looking for a move back up into that orange zone. This is a classic breakout pullback trade. It's happened twice now. There's the first breakout of this trend line, the pullback to the trend line. We've now broken up through this trend line. We had that pullback a couple of days ago, and we're now moving higher. Orange juice, we took profit, actually a little prematurely. This has bust right down through our profit taking level. I put this up on X as well. We took profit at around about 420. We're all the way down at 406 now. So we did miss out on that last little dribble of profit that we could have taken. But let's wait for a bounce, perhaps up to this trend line and up to that ledge. Maybe not that far now that we've broken down through there. Maybe even just back to 420 before we resume the short direction. On corn, we got in along there. We got out there. I'm waiting for a pullback to that level to get back into longs. And then on cotton, we're also long on cotton. We're waiting for this descending wedge to break out. When that does, we should get a powerful move up either to the red line or the next green line. And that's all for today, folks. I rushed through it quite quickly, but I wanted to get this out as soon as possible. We've got a big trading day on today, lots of news coming out this week, and I'm busy setting up my position. So if you enjoyed that, please subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up, and make sure you don't miss the videos. I try to cover every position that I literally take and give you details on those as much as I can. With the lark, charts on the screen, the cables twitchy, markets looking mean. Got me levels marked, watching the spread. Stop losses tight, no room for red. Bit of FOMO creeping, but I keep it cool. This ain't a game for any old fool. Breakout brewing on the pivot line. A quick scalp here, yeah, I'll be fine. East End grind, trading the charts, stacking pips, playing